Hello and thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share and comment on the video, as well as subscribe to Good Better Best online videos for more video content. Hi there everyone, I hope that you are well. Today we are going to be discussing the Sin and Cos Rule. So we know that in trigonometry, when there are right-angled triangles, we can use the ratios sine, cos and tan to find sides and to find angles. However, when we are faced with triangles that are not right-angled triangles, we need to use the sine rule and we can also use the cos rule. With the sine rule, if we want to find a side, we use A over sine A is equal to B over sine B, which is equal to C over sine C. And when we want to find the angle, we use sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. Now, when do we use the sine rule and when do we use the cos rule? The sine rule, we use the sine rule when there are two angles and a side, and when we have two sides and a non-included angle. The cos rule, we use the cos rule when there are three sides or when there are two sides and an included angle. Oftentimes the question is asked, what is an included angle? So an included angle is the angle that lies between the two given sides. So if we are given the side 8 and the side 5 and the angle 47 lies between the two given sides, that is an included angle. However, this angle here would be a non-included angle. Let's look at this example. In this example, we need to solve for the triangle PQR, which means that we must find all the angles and all the sides. We are given 57 degrees and we are given Q is equal to 69 degrees. We need to find R. So three angles of a triangle, that makes it easy. So we say 180 degrees minus 57 plus 69, that gives me 54 degrees. So that angle is 54 degrees. Now what we need to do is work on our ratios. So we are going to say R over sine R is equal to P over sine P is equal to Q over sine Q. And we need to start substituting what we know. We have sine of R, which is 54, so it's R over sine 54 is equal to P over sine 57. And if we look at this ratio, we have Q and we have sine Q, which is 4,9 over sine of 69. This allows us to solve for the ratios one at a time. So we are going to use the values that we have for Q, and then we are going to work with R. Why do we not work with both ratios at the same time? Because when solving for a ratio, we need to make sure that there is only one unknown. If we were doing PQ and R, we'd have two unknowns, and that wouldn't work. So we are choosing to work with R over sine R is equal to 4,9 over sine 69. What do? According to the laws of equations, we can cross multiply. So sine 54 times 4,9 and then sine 69 times R. This gives me R times sine 69 is equal to 4,9 times sine 54. However, we want to isolate the R. We want the R alone. So we divide by sine 69 on both sides, and this gives me R is equal to 4,25. Now, I want to add something. When we use the proper format, in other words, if we use the format where we are looking for a side, so we use R over sine R is equal to Q over sine Q, then this process is unnecessary because, as you can see, we multiply sine 54 by 4,9 and then we divide by sine 69 again. So the cross multiplication process is unnecessary if you use the proper format. However, if you don't, you'll need to cross multiply. So What we have here is r is equal to 4,25, and now we are going to solve for p. And p over sine 57 is equal to 4,9 divided by sine 69, and all I did was cross multiply, because in that process, I'll get the p alone. In other words, I'm isolating the p, and so I take my calculator, type in 4,9 times sine 57 divided by sine 69, and that's going to give me 4,4. Let's look at example 2. Again, we need to solve for the triangle. We have angles that are given. We needed to find angle R and we needed to find angle S. So the only given angle was angle T. So what did we do? We went straight to our formula. Sine R over R is equal to sine T over T. And we fill in what we know. So don't forget, I mentioned if you use the proper format, you don't need to cross multiply both terms. We can normally just take the 8,8 up. So we have sine r over r is equal to sine t over t. Fill in what you've got. You've got r is equal to 8,8. Sine of t is sine of 46. And t is equal to 11,3. What do we need to do? We need to take that 8,8 and multiply it with sine of 46. However, once we've done that and you take your calculator, you are going to say 8,8 times sine of 46 divided by 11,3. That gives us 0,5601,93827. And what do we do to find the angle? We need to press shift and sign, which will show up as sine -1 on your calculator, and we'll see that angle R is equal to 34 degrees. And then, of course, all we do is say that angle S is going to be equal to 180 minus 34 plus 46, because of the interior angles of a triangle. They add up to 180 degrees, and that gives me 100 degrees. So angle S is equal to 100 degrees. Now we need to solve for side S. And we say S over sine S is equal to T over sine T. And what are we going to do? We are going to substitute what we know. So we have S over sine 100 is equal to 11,3 over sine 46. Cross multiply. In other words, we're going to take that one up, and we are going to get S is equal to 15,47. Now let's have a look at the cos rule. The cos rule is a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos of a if you are looking for a side, and it's equal to cos a is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared over 2bc if you are looking for an angle. In this example, they are asking us to solve for b, and so we are going to say that b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos b, and we are going to substitute what we have. We have a squared, 5a squared, plus 6 squared minus 2 times a times c cos of 63. And we find that b squared is equal to 33,76. So b is equal to 5,81. Grade 11s, if I can just say something. When you are working with the cos rule, please make sure that all three sides of the triangle are represented. I've had students say, for example, they're using the formula, but instead of using cos of b, they want to use cos of a. And, you know, I always say to them that you need to look at what you are given and what you must find. And so, if I use the formula, it has to be b. You see, I start with b and I end with b. So b squared is equal to, so the side that you must find must be represented with an angle. Okay, so if I'm looking for the side of b, that must be cos of b. If I'm looking for the side of A, it must be cos of A. Please don't get your formula confused. Okay. Let's look at example 4. Now, here we are given 3 sides. We have no angles. We'll need to find all the angles. So, we need to solve for the triangle by finding all the angles. So, cos of f is equal to g squared plus h squared minus f squared over 2gh. And all we're going to do is fill in the information. So we need to fill in the information of g squared. Where's g? That's g. Where's h? That's h. And then where's f? That's f. Over 2gh. And we're going to take that, type it into your calculator, and you're going to get a decimal. You're going to do the same thing that we did on the previous slide, where you press shift and the long number, and you're going to get your degrees. So you go shift cos and your long number, and you're going to get 41,41 degrees. And then we are going to find the cos of g. Again, substitute the information that you have in your triangle, and you are going to be able to solve for g. So there we find that g is equal to 55,77 degrees. The last angle we need to find is h, and h is going to be equal to 180 minus 55,77 plus 41,14, and we see that it's 82,82 degrees. And what's our reason? Our reason is that it's the interior angles of a triangle. Thank you for watching with us. We hope to see you again soon, and I hope this video has helped. See you again next time.